Welcome, everyone, to PGN Live. You've made it to my stream. May the 4th be with you, and thank you so much for being here. New short just went up on the channel. It did. Did you see it? Celebrating Star Wars we are. Maybe Star Fox too. Come on in. Come on in.
Hey everyone, and welcome to PGN Live. Thank you, Yoda, for that awesome introduction. Coming all the way over from the Dagobah system. I'll take it over from here, though. How are y'all doing? Happy Monday. And like Yoda said, yes, may the 4th be with you. And like the title says, will we get Star Fox this week? I don't know. But is it Star Wars Day? Yes, it is. So at least we could celebrate some type of galactic activity in Star Wars. Welcome, everybody. Let me get the pop-out chat rolling and see who is here this fine morning. Okay. Okie dokie, let's go. Ash Gaming 17 is here saying hi, let's do this. Hi Ash, welcome. Xperia Play 420 is here. Yoda Gale Network, that's right. Joycey J69 is here. Hey Paul, hey Joycey. Paladin 8669. Good morning, Paul and Co. May the 4th be with you all. That's right. Eunice, Paul Stream, let's go! That's right, Eunice. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Balder emoji. Nice drop, Xperia Play. Timothy Spencer, X8N. Paul, my man. My main man, Paul. What is up, brother? The Force is strong with you.
The Force is strong with you, too.
Thank you. Just got finished putting up today's short, so I'm still in costume slash normal attire, kind of. I guess the robe is something that I don't wear every day, but the t-shirt otherwise, pants, par for the course. Yvonne Francois 7295 says, hi everyone. Crazy Scoth with a may the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you too, Crazy Scoth. If we don't get Fox this week, I'm crashing out. Oof! Let's hope we get Fox McCloud this week. Man, come on. Nintendo's smart. And they know that they can capitalize on anything to get more hype, right? They could piggyback off of the movie right now. Super opportune time. Golden Week took place in Japan. The Super Mario Galaxy movie just recently debuted. Now it's out for a week and a half in Japan and Poland. It's closing in on $900 million worldwide. Got to be very close to 900 million as of 11:59 p.m. last night. I haven't actually checked if there is a new Super Mario Galaxy movie total, but very close regardless to 900 million. Okay, I'm looking at 894.2 for crying out loud. You could do it now. You could also do it on I'll get back to that comment in a second. We got some green in here. Celebrating the green that is Yoda. From Joycey J69, big thank you, Joycey, for kicking this stream off. The ability to destroy an entire planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. And that's all the Star Wars I know. Well, that's all the Star Wars you need to know for now. Thank you, Joycey. And may the 4th be with you. Joycey, I'm guessing. Have you not seen any Star Wars films? Because your statement is good. But that bit at the end, and that's all the Star Wars I know. I'm guessing that might be a little hint at you haven't watched the Star Wars films. Curious, curious. You know what? That's gonna be a poll. That's gonna be a poll. Joycey, you gave me a poll idea. Have you seen the Star Wars movies? Yes, all of them. Yes, most of them. No, but I tried. there's that option. No, I have no interest. Oh, okay. Which is kind of like no, but I tried. Okay, whatever. Thank you, Joycey, for the poll idea. Today's poll is brought to you in part by Joycey J69. Thank you, Joycey. Let me get your name on here. Bam, kicking off the stream. Joycey J69. Joycey, pick your color. Do you have a color of choice? Pink or red? I'm going to go with bright pink, unless you tell me otherwise. Oh, wait, where's the pink? Oh, here we go. Hold on, we got to go to like the color wheel. Yeah? Yeah? All right. All right. Looks good, looks good. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to the chat. Oh, Joycey, did you respond? Oh yeah, you did right there. Nope. I was traumatized as a child with Star Wars and never fully interested. The scene I walked in on disturbed me to my core, and I still have no interest. Interesting. Oh, okay. Now I'm curious what the scene is. I'm gonna guess like Luke slicing. Maybe I shouldn't say it because I don't want to bring up a bad thought if that is the case. Oh, so I have a guess. Well, just out of all of the possibilities, I'm like, oh, maybe. But I won't throw my guess out there. But I just had a feeling, like maybe. Anyways, thank you, Joycey, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see some other comments in the chat. Paladin says, I rolled credits in Pragmata this week. Man, it is an awesome game. That's cool. That's good to hear. You know, I didn't pick it up yet, but one of the things that I have been seeing online a lot is dancing memes with Diana and people attaching different music to it and like, oh, that fits quite well and stuff. Oh, that was that. So that's pretty fun. I'm glad you like the game though. Disinferno says we need Jedi Fallen Order / Survivor on Switch 2. Also, where's Doom the Dark Ages on Switch 2? Good point. I think that Doom the Dark Ages will come eventually. Unless a Microsoft leadership, suggests otherwise. But wouldn't you want to make more money, right? At this point, on that game? May the 4th of the Old Republic be with you. Thank you, Revan the Bipolar. The stream has been shared on Twitter, says Ash Gaming. Thank you, Ash. A game announcement before the financial meeting might be likely. Yeah, we're looking at a couple more days until... Actually, hold on. Is it tonight? Hold on. It might be tonight. No, it's not tonight. It's May 8th. Yeah, like I said before, a few more days. Ooh. Which means probably Thursday night at around 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be getting it. That's pretty exciting. There you will see over 156 million Nintendo Switch sales. There you will see over 20 million Nintendo Switch 2 sales. Yeah, it'll be pretty significant. 156 and 20. It's not bad. It's actually really good. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody out there somehow tries to form some negative spin. Oh, only 20. Oh, only 156. Psh, get out of here. Tremendous. Whoops, I'm here. Welcome, Tabby. You came to the right place. Lao Boys 411, will Paul do a Macarena dance tomorrow for Cinco de Mayo? You know, that would be fun. Maybe. It's a good idea. Anaya Print says, hi, how are you? Just came to say hello. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome, Anaya, and thank you. Yeah, the day is off to a good start, that's for sure. Thank you for stopping by. Lego Batman will trend. It looks good. Absolutely. May the 4th be with you, Tabby. Thank you. May the 4th be with you. Dark Force will be with you and forever, says Lao Boys. Michael S. Gutmann is here. Hey everyone, may the 4th be with you all. May the 4th be with you, Michael S. Gutmann. I feel like I'm saying that a lot today, but that's okay. For every may the 4th be with you, I will say it right back. Tsukino Ame is here with a hi everyone. Hi Tsukino, welcome. Mohammed Taresh, Star Fox BS again. You know what? Hashtag maybe tomorrow. Like, seriously, it's fun to just speculate on Star Fox because, for me, I love the franchise so much, and I'm so hungry for a new Star Fox game that even talking about a rumor is exciting because it brings up ideas of what the game could have in it, and it gets other people talking about their ideas, what they like to see, why are they interested all of a sudden, or why do they already love the game, etc., right? And that's just fun. So, in a way, even if nothing comes of it, it was still fun to talk. Some people look at that as, dude, it just gets my hopes up, and now it's like I was high up here and I'm down because, oh man, I got all built up for nothing. And I get that too. We'll see if something comes of it, though. I think there's still a good chance. You know, if you're looking at the end of this year, no Star Fox game, then I think whatever information was received was in some way wrong. If a Star Fox game comes out in 2 years, I don't necessarily think you could say, see, that old thing from, spring 2026 was right after all. Now it might be unrelated at that point. Too far away from this rumor. But we'll see. Hopefully we get Star Fox before December 31st, 2026. Honestly, if we get a Star Fox game just once this generation, I'll be happy. I'd like more than one, but just give me one entry per gen, and a good deal. Are we counting the non-episode movies? Yeah, sure, Paladin. We could count any of them, I guess. Are we talking about the main 9 movies or the spin-offs too? Any way you want to look at it, Xperia Play. Will Max 11 is here. Hey there, Paul. Hey there, Will Max 11. Welcome. I wish there would be more spin-off for Star Wars. Well, Boys, there is a new Star Wars movie coming out in a couple of weeks. Mandalorian and Grogu. So that could be cool. The TV show Mandalorian is a good one. Eunice says, need to watch the new ones. Watched them all as a kid, but haven't seen them since like 15 or 20 years ago. It is fun once in a while to go through the 9 films. I actually am a big fan of everything overall, As a kid, really liked 4, 5, and 6. No doubt. Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, when that hit theaters, it was my. It might have been my first credit card purchase as a kid, getting a movie ticket by myself with my credit card for my dad and me. Like, I had a credit card for the first time, and I think that was my first purchase that I ever swiped at a movie theater, was for Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And seeing it with my dad in theaters, it's kind of a big deal. And I actually like the movie a lot. Even to this day, no revisionist history from me. I'm still a fan of Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and I don't care. People could say it's the weakest one. I liked it quite a bit. 2, I actually Clone Wars I thought was less good on my list than 1, and then 3 I liked probably the best. Watching them again, I actually think 2 is higher quality than first viewing. Not that I didn't like 2 originally, but just like, I don't think I liked 2 as much as 1. And then 7, 8, 9, I enjoyed all 3. 7 is kind of like, in some ways, a remake alongside 4, but no, I don't care. I like it. I like 7. By the end of 8 and 9, is it a little bit jarring to see, like, okay, you had a Death Star, you have all this stuff, you have this, you have all this. When did all these get built? How did you do? Yeah, but whatever. All of sci-fi has a little something that you could pick at, but no, I like Star Wars. And, I'm a fan of the side projects as well, the side films. I enjoyed Solo. I enjoyed, the Rogue One movie. Yeah. Anyways, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Star Wars. The first Star Wars movie would be my favorite. That's cool. Will Max. As in Episode 4, A New Hope. She must have been traumatized by the CGI alien singing bar scene that got added in the special editions for some reason. That's not my guess, but maybe. Jabba the Hutt is enough to traumatize anyone, Paul? LOL. Maybe. Hi, Paul. May I add you into my Tamagotchi Life game? Sure. Sure thing. May the 4th be with you, Master Yoda. Thank you, Well Max. May the 4th be with you, too. Steak 1024 is in the house. Hey, Steak. Pokemon Fan 34 is here. Hi, Pokemon Fan. Paladin says, there's a lot of chat this morning. Paul, you should give us your official guess before May 8th and see how close you get to the official number. Maybe I could do that. I came up with a range before that I shared. My range was, I think I said, like 19.83 to 20.26 or something like that million. I gave myself like a 430,000 range, which is quite a bit. Because after I learned that it hit 18, I used that data to look at, okay, it hit 19. And then coming up with based off of the time left, pretty sure that it hit 20. But I could be a little bit off on that 20, or I could be a little soft and it's farther than 20 than I thought. So yeah, that was that. And Nintendo Switch, I am at 156 on that. Just about even. That's like 630,000 only for the last 3 months. I think I might be a little bit low. But I don't want to go too ambitious and be like, oh, it's 160.4 or 160.3. Maybe it's 160.08 or something like that. And then again, it could be like 159.91, right? Call it 150,000 range there. but it's still going to look brilliant. And it's going to be really cool to get sales data on Pokemon Pokopia, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I said back in December, the game is at 1 million worldwide between the two versions. Then you found out elsewhere that that was indeed the case, just not on one particular SKU. And that's why it didn't show up in like the February 5th report. And that's okay. Revenge of the Fifth, Nintex 2 dope. That's true. Joycey, I got the pink. Good choice. I think people need to give him the benefit of the doubt. He has no control of what Nintendo actually does. Yeah. I just wish people would leave him alone. That's the unfortunate thing. I mean, for all that I have been right on what I received and I reported on over the years, things that I received that wound up not being accurate, boy, do you get criticized for that stuff. You get bombarded. So these days, I share very little of what I get. I'm also not out there seeking. I'm not looking. I'm not asking for friends to say, hey, tell me about this, tell me about that. And I'm getting less sent my way in the first place anyways. So I'm kind of choosy on what I talk about, except for sales. Like that, if I get something later, I'm going to share that, But yeah, I'm just reading comments. Like Nintendo Prime, Nate, he put up a video, I think yesterday, where he went over like Nate's responses and comments, the sections, and I'm like, dude, this is deja vu. I know exactly what it is. I know exactly the types of people behind those kind of comments, and it's kind of ridiculous, But oh well. For his sake, not just for me and for us in wanting to see Star Fox sooner than later, but also for his own sake, I hope they show it off, Nintendo that is, sooner than later. That way, he could get a little bit of that feeling, You still won't get I'm sorry's from people that spewed hatred. Like actual vile stuff for no reason because of a video game. Gosh. But I remember, I know the days, and I remember some comments said back in the day where it's like, dude, your reaction is heinous. It's ridiculous for nothing. Like it affected your life so profoundly. Amazing. People really need to learn to temper their expectations until Nintendo says something. There's always a small chance that something may not come to fruition. Yeah. Episode 1 was like a religious experience in 1999. That movie was huge. Oh, yeah. I believe Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake will be revealed at the June Game Showcase. Nice. I would like that. Paul, what's your least favorite Star Wars movie? Throw the whole last trilogy away, personally. I'm good with 1 to 6. Least favorite? There was a time where it was 2, but that was after I watched 1, 2, 3 one time, having seen 1 a few times, 2 once, then 3 once, and then I think my overall... So sometimes what I would do is I would like go back upon, not with every one necessarily, but for a decent amount of the later Star Wars movies that came out, being 1 to 3 and 7, 8, 9, since they only come out once every few years, leading up to a new movie, I would sometimes marathon everything else, right? So there was at one point where I'll like Oh, 2, after only having watched it once or twice back in the day, was my least favorite. And then that changed around. And not like I said, not that I didn't like it, just not as good as the others. But nope, that changed. Like actually, it's really good. It's really good. And then rewatching 3, or I should say 6, Return of the Jedi, I thought, oh, maybe I don't like it as much as an adult as a kid. Okay, maybe that is the case. Maybe 6 is a little bit softer, and then 7, 8, 9. Even though I've seen each one, now it's been a while since I've seen 7, 8, 9 completely. So it it could be it could be 8 or it could be 6. I don't know for sure. I remember 7 enough. 8 and 9 I'd kind of have to watch again because I think I'm blurring a little bit of the two movies together, and I need to be more distinct in my memories of like what separates 8 and 9 apart. I remember it might have been 8. I think that was the only Star Wars movie ever that did not have a lightsaber on lightsaber battle. I think that was 8. And I remember thinking, that's kind of weird. I think every other Star Wars movie has had a lightsaber clashing with another lightsaber battle, and 8 did not, if I'm not mistaken. Not that that's the reason why, like, oh, it would be my least favorite, just remember that being a little bit of an oddity. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, anyhow. Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, and Revenge. Either way, I think the prequels are awesome. Yeah, I like them too. Palpatine coming back out of nowhere was a choice. Yeah, yeah. That's a little bit. You probably could have expanded it farther than that, right? Hmm. Star Wars Starfighter coming May 2027. Can't wait. Yeah. I hope that Racer comes to Nintendo Switch 2 also. Racer looks good. Yay, thank you. I just wanted your permission. I will make your me later today. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for making it in advance. That's going to be fun. Star Wars 50th anniversary celebration 2027. Yeah. Dang, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to look at some pop culture things and think, geez, that's going to celebrate its 50th year, half a century. That's a long time. And then you realize, oh, shoot, I'm 42. I'm going to be 43 this summer, which means that next year, when that thing is going to celebrate turning 50, I'll be 44 in July. Whoa. Like, but, in my heart, beneath this flesh, I'm still like 15 to 20. No. Tabby Cat Games sent Clutch for 30 jewels. Thank you, Tabby. Oh, Clutch. 30 jewels. A jewel, a penny? Is that correct? I think so. Thank you, Tabby. I'm gonna. Or is it 3 cents? No, it's 30 cents. I'm gonna put 30 cents. Thank you. Regardless of what it is, I do appreciate it. I just want to make sure I give you your proper credit. And what are we doing? Are we doing purple, I think? Tabby Cat Games, purple by default. Unless you ask me for a color otherwise, I will make it that color. And thank you. Revenge of the Sith will always be my favorite. Corny Puddle, I think that movie, when I saw it recently, gosh, when did I we all did a Cayenne, okay. We all did a Star Wars watch along within the last couple of years. I'd say less than 3 years ago, the four of us watched all 9 movies together. And watching it this time around definitely elevated my episode 3 Revenge of the Sith liking to the highest it's ever been, where I was watching it and said, gosh, that's as good as Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that might be the best overall movie, or really up there, really up there. My perspective has evolved and my appreciation for the movie just really went up, you know? And like I said, Attack of the Clones, that's gone up to Episode 1, Phantom Menace. I could see why, in some ways, maybe it's a little bit not liked by others, but no, man. Duel of Fates, unforgettable music, iconic lightsaber battle, 2-on-1, dual-sided, blade, new ship, rewind of the story, new origin, introduction of old characters. You've got Padme, Queen Amidala. There's some fun in there. You've got more Jedi. You've got more action being shown. You see more of the Force being used, more intergalactic things. No, Naboo starfighters are not as cool as the X-Wing, but we got to see aerial combat and done fast. Great special effects for the time. Fun one-liners. There's always another bigger fish. Some CGI not aging as well as others. Maybe, some Mr. Jar Jar Binks comedy that didn't hit well with everybody, but that's okay. As a kid, it was fine. As an adult, still fine. Pod racing scene, fantastic. Dug it. Nah, dude. I'm not an episode 1 hater. Not at all. Yes, I want racers on Switch too. Yes. Charlie Smith. Hello, Paul and everybody. Hello, Charlie Smith. Welcome. I'm eternally 19 and raising my 6-year-old self. That's good, Joycey. That's the way to be. That's fun. Carlton-san, hello and happy May the 4th to all my fellow nerds and geeks. Happy May the 4th to you too, Carlton-san. Thank you for being here. J-Biggs, Mr. NY for life. Hey, my Galeverse friends. Hey, J-Biggs. Welcome. Tabby, why did your name go gray and then pop back to blue? That's weird. I mean, I'm glad that it's blue, but why did it dip out for a moment there? Actually, yeah, it went blue, gray, blue. That's weird. Looks like it's okay. I'm 35 and 15 all in one body. Yep. I think I'll forever remain 25. Good. Paul, rank the Back to the Future movies from favorite to least favorite, please, says Xperia Plays. I'd have to watch them again. Because it's been a while since I've seen the trilogy. And I like Back to the Future a lot, too. I don't know if it goes... I don't know. I don't know if it goes 1, 2, 3 or 2, 1, 3, or do I like 3 more than... I don't... I can't do it right now. I'm not sure. I like the trilogy. I like time traveling a lot. Marty and Doc, they're a good pair with good chemistry in each film, but I'd have to watch them and make a distinct memory of each. Yeah. I don't know. I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters 3 times when I was in middle school. That's cool. Risky's back. Hello, Paul. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good, Risky. Welcome to the stream. May the 4th be with you. We're talking about Star Wars. That's kind of what we're still on this morning. And discussing kind of like what our favorite films are from Star Wars. Whether you like the IP at all or not, and whether or not there will be some kind of like 50th anniversary celebration next year or not. But how are you doing today? Published Once says tomorrow is Revenge of the 5th. Yeah. Yes, it is. Use the Force on that like button. That's right, Carlton Son. I like that idea. I loved Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. Yeah, some people just, they drink the haterade. They cannot like something that's not for them. Or they have to hate something that's not for them. You could not be a fan of something that's not for you, but doesn't mean you gotta hate it. Psh, come on, get out of here. The BTTF trilogy are some of my comfort film movies. Back to the Future, nice. Vita Libido, I only played Star Fox 64 and loved it. Should I play another Star Fox game you recommend? Yeah. The Polytoad Dojo is here with a member for not 5, 8 months. These 8-month badges that are popping up once in a while are pretty darn cool because, yeah, that's the OGest you could be here. That's an original Gale. That's what OG stands for. 8 months. Actually, some people will probably be unlocking 9 months soon. Yeah. 8 is still the oldest you could be at this point, but 9 will be soon. Thank you, the Polytoad Dojo, for showing off that green badge in that PGN white belt here for 8 months now. Heck yeah. As for Vito Libido's question, definitely. So, after Star Fox 64, which I'm glad that you loved it, if you go backwards and play Star Fox, it's going to be lesser of an experience. If you play Star Fox 2, I think you could walk away pretty impressed with just how good the game looks, and specifically would have looked had it been released like in 1996 as originally planned. For the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, like Star Fox was an interesting game with its first ever polygons on a cartridge from the 16-bit era on a 1990 machine. Like, wow. That's pretty wild, you know? But Star Fox 2, it does look significantly better, but nothing like Star Fox 64. So I would still say try out those two, but like the next proper step up after Star Fox 64, if you want to take a very different take and go more The Legend of Zelda, you would go Star Fox Adventures. If you'd want something that feels more like Star Fox 64, just evolved in terms of what the graphics are, what the voice acting is, the type of gameplay, etc., then you'd go Star Fox Assault on Nintendo GameCube. Or if you have a DS, the controls are a little bit different. It takes some time to adjust, but still, it's a fun game. That's Star Fox Command. 3DS, if you want to play Star Fox 64 in Star Fox 64 3D, but it would be a very similar experience to what you just played on Star Fox 64, presumably Nintendo 64 Online, NSO app, I should say. Yeah. Star Fox Zero, convoluted controls, but inspiring at the same time. fun to master controls, even though kind of unnecessary that they didn't have to do it. It still is pretty cool, pretty rewarding, and you know what? Quite a bit of fun to play that way. Or if you have a player or two, one of you could just completely focus in third person on screen, and the other one could completely focus on the gamepad first person. That's a pretty fun way to play it. And Star Fox Guard, for that matter, came out alongside / with Star Fox Zero. Very different kind of game, but fun. Yeah, so I recommend the series. It is a really good series. Just it's not one that has dozens of entries and spin-offs. If you have access to it, well, of course you do. You have a Nintendo Switch, right? Starlink. It's not a Star Fox game, but might as well be counted as one. Starlink on Nintendo Switch is quite a good game. As it is on any system, but the Nintendo Switch version with Fox McCloud and Co., man, it's hard to beat it. Yeah. Risky. Paul, what Star Wars movie is your favorite? Oh, whoa, hold on. Whoa. Risky, I will get to that comment in just one moment. The Polytoad Dojo dropping a big 5. Wow. Thank you. We got the Polytoad Dojo and Joycey J69. Both of you actually are now tied for the top May Super Chatter. We're going to put Joycey J69 here with the 5, and we're going to make that pink. And we got the Polytoad Dojo here with the 5. We're going to keep the Polytoad Dojo green unless otherwise stated, because Polytoad makes sense. And Joycey, we are going to make that pink. And then we got to add the Polytoad Dojo here for 5. You know what? We're going to make that green. We're going to make everybody have custom colors today. And that's going to be the specialty of the month of May. Also, we got to change this wording to May. We got some new things popping. Risky, I'm going to read your comment in just a moment. Polytoad Dojo, I'm going to read your comment now. And thank you again so much for that generous dono. Formerly Darth, now just Maul. Formerly Darth, now just Maul. Man, the last 2 episodes of Maul Shadow Lord Season 1 were great. Sam Witwer is amazing as Maul. Dude, I have to watch this show. In between episodes of like Daredevil that my wife and I are on now, catching up on because we are a little bit behind. We're on like episode 3 now, I think, or I don't know if we started 4. We were pretty early in the season, and then now we just like, okay, finished up 2 and finished up 3. Maybe we started 4. No, I don't think so. Or just like get the queue going and then paused it. In between that, we gotta watch this. So is it good? I mean, you're saying it's good. Maul Shadow Lord is good. That's cool to hear. Darth Maul, or Maul, always was a cool looking character. And Ray Park did just an awesome job with his acrobatics and stuff. Totally gotta watch it. I'm glad it's great, though. How many episodes was the season? You said the last 2 especially were good, and that you're looking forward to season 2? Awesome to hear. Let me get back to Rizky's comment. Let's see, where was it? Paul, what Star Wars movie is your favorite? Mine is Star Wars A New Hope. Oof. You can't go wrong with any of them. Star Wars A New Hope is iconic. Still is what started it all off. Has the introduction of the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters. And of course of, all of the characters. Our first lightsaber battles, the Death Star, everything. The Empire Strikes Back is so good, though. I've really taken a liking to Revenge of the Sith. I think it's really powerful. A Phantom Menace, I still like. I still like it a lot for many reasons. I don't know. I don't know. Earlier I said it might be Revenge of the Sith because I've only liked it more and more, and the last time I watched it, I was just blown away with, man, how good this movie is. Wow. I don't know. I think Phantom Menace is the most fun, but maybe the best one is, oh, The Empire Strikes Back or Revenge of the Sith. Ah, man, now I gotta watch the whole 9, the whole shebang again. It's a tough call. Rogue One is one of the best Star Wars media to ever come out of the entire franchise. Definitely the best thing to come out of the modern era, aside from The Mandalorian. Rogue One is one that I have to watch again too. Man, I actually haven't seen that in a while. Why did I read Jar Jar Binks as Juju Beads? Juju Beads. It's comparable. Xperia. Did you ever unlock the on-foot multiplayer mode in Star Fox 64? Yeah, of course I did. It's a cool peek into what we would have gotten with Assault a few years later. Yep, you bet. Dude, even though GoldenEye 007 came out 2 months after Star Fox 64, Star Fox 64, up until then, was our multiplayer game of the summer. That, and then even when GoldenEye came out, Star Fox was still a big part of our summer. And like for the next year or two to come. I love that multiplayer. We played the heck out of it. Yeah. You ran around with the rocket launcher, that sound. And I had like a unique, it sounded different. It didn't sound the same. It sounded different than the R-Wings blaster, right? A little bit of a bass, sound like a ball. Here I am trying to make sound of a laser gun, but oh heck yeah, yeah. I'm ready for more Star Fox, man. Pokemon Fan 34 saying, "What's our total? Our total is 10, and we have 4 save files. If we make it today, we don't use a save file. If we don't, we're down to 3 tomorrow. We're already at 10, though. More importantly, we're all having a great time. Well, I'm having a good time. I hope you're all having a good time. Thank you for being here. We got 29 people watching right now. That's a nice number. And let's see, how many likes do we have? Are we doing pretty good there? 18 likes. Okay, so most of you are enjoying the stream. That's good to hear. And if you're not, what would make it better to enjoy it? Let me know. Let's see. Let's get to 30 likes. I like the sound of that. I like The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah. I loved Maul since episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Shadow Lords season 1 has 10 episodes, by the way. All right. How long are they? See, I haven't watched any of it yet. So I've seen... Oh, hold on. Actually, no, wait. No, I didn't. My son, said to me, there's a new Star Wars show. And I think it has the character Darth Maul, I think. I'm like, oh, yeah. So there is some interest from my kids that want to watch it. But I don't think he pushed play. It was just like in the Disney Plus thing. And like, did you see this? I'm like, oh, yeah. So, gotta watch it. Are they like 22 minutes? Half hour? It's probably a bingey show. Okay. Tamagotchi life news. That's funny. Maybe a Star Fox and Mario Kart Double Dash will drop on GameCube NSO. Boy, the world could use some Star Fox Assault right now. That game, I like Star Fox 64 more, but Assault is a really good title that. See, N64 had a larger install base than GameCube, and SF64 did sell better overall than Assault did. So I think a lot of people kind of missed out on it. It continues the series forward. Nice design, good voice acting, fun levels, cool game, good aesthetic, neat story, solid music. A little bit of jank in a couple of areas, a couple of missions, particularly on foot, but great game. Still a great game. I forgot if it has a 16 by 9 widescreen mode. A lot of these Nintendo GameCube games did have a widescreen mode available in them, like you see on NSO, F-Zero, GX, Soul Calibur 2, right off the bat. Some of these post-launch games throughout the GCN era did have widescreen built in. Heck, Perfect Dark on Nintendo 64 did, but that was even more rare back in the pre PlayStation 2 GameCube days. But if Star Fox Assault has a widescreen mode, so here you can play it on your Nintendo Switch 2 and you're enjoying that old game, but now in like 900p or 1080p with some crispened up visuals, even though it's not like a remake or a remaster. A lot of people would probably say, wow, that's a GameCube game from 2004 and it looks that good? Shoot. Of course, understanding that, with a resolution bump, yeah, GameCube was a powerful, competent machine. I'd love to see Assault on NSO. Mario Kart Double Dash also. Hi, Paul. What do you pick if you only saw some of the Star Wars movie? What do you pick if you only saw some? I guess yes, most of them. I mean, even though most would be what, technically 5 of 9 if you want to count the main ones, because 5 would get you to over half. Yeah. Oh, chillin' hard 187. What's up, Paul and friends? What's up, chillin' hard? Welcome. JM Powers. Paul, do you know how to beat the first boss of Pragmata? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to hack the boss, but I guess I'm too slow. They need to fix the game to give people time to hack. I don't own Pragmata. I've only played the demo and I liked it quite a bit, but if the first boss is ironically the boss at the end of the demo, then yeah, you would have to just hack him, get close, eventually do your super power that allows him to get hit more, get in closer, rip off his shielding, blast away. But I don't know if that is necessarily the first boss of the game, as it is the first boss in the demo. Or the boss in the demo. With Metroid and Fox being revived, what should Nintendo bring back next? My vote is for F-Zero, please. I would love an F-Zero. I think a world does exist where F-Zero can operate alongside Mario Kart. They could be two very different experiences. You could take Captain Falcon out of the cockpit, out of the racer's seat, and have a mission-based mode where, he is this bounty hunter going through Mute City in alleyways. Think of the old F-Zero anime, and that's kind of like the inspiration for this idea, but you could have an action game of sorts as Captain Falcon interacting with these other cool bounty hunters and racers, getting into fights, also inspired from the F-Zero GX cutscenes, and have this game that goes in between, story racing, and eventually you could just play the game's racing modes sequentially, online multiplayer racing modes, but you could do more with the story of F-Zero and tell a story through racing mechanics operating in between story-based action-ish missions. Blaster, his fighting prowess could be unfolded on screen. Like, it'd be pretty good. Also, Kid Icarus. That's another easy one. You could start right there with Kid Icarus Uprising from the Nintendo 3DS. Bam! Just modernize the controls, throw it in HD, improve some lighting, texture details, 16:9, 60 frames per second, 4K. Dude, you'd have a really high quality game that many people would be newly exposed to on Nintendo Switch 2. Do Kid Icarus. I have so many great Star Wars memories, like playing each Lego Star Wars game with my dad, or building a cardboard pod racer cockpit to pretend I was pod racing as a kid. That's really cool. Oh, man. Man, some of those childhood memories like that, that's so fun to hear. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Speaking of Lego Star Wars, that Skywalker collection of the 9 movies in one game is such a good deal. If any of you ever have any remote interest in Star Wars and you see the Skywalker saga on sale, you'll be treated to 9 games with a lot of story and voice acting and gameplay elements and characters to play from and visuals to experience. For whatever price you get, it'll probably be worth it. That is cool about that cardboard pod racer, though. That's pretty dope. I like that. Maul Shadow Lord episodes are around 22 minutes each. Okay, so kind of like old school. What's it called? Old school cartoons. Old school, half hour long. Yeah. I can't find the poll anymore. The poll should be right there. Hey, everyone. Hey, Boom Anyone. Welcome. I know it's Star Wars Day. Hey, Tall Show. But I can't stop thinking about Subnautica 2. Any of y'all celebrate Return of the Fifth? I'm pretty sure that we'll be back on tomorrow with another stream. Maybe we'll do that too. We'll see. And good about Subnautica 2. Hey, PGN. Hey, Corey Boehm. 57 days or less until Star Fox. How hyped are you? Super hyped. Especially if it really happens in 57 days or less. Give me Star Fox. Same guy as the demo. Okay, so you just gotta hack and take time. The stasis net is useful to stun it. Thank you, Paladin, for giving some advice to JM Powers 83. Useful tip. F-Zero, but a Star Wars Episode 1 racer. It's a good idea, Tall Show. I liked Episode 1 racer. N64, dang, was that like the best racing game console? Mario Kart 64, Diddy Kong Racing, Mickey's Speedway, Extreme G, F-Zero X, Beetle Adventure Racing, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Excite Bike 64, Wave Race 64, 1080 Snowboarding, Snowboarding Kids. Dude, Snowboarding Kids 2. Ooh, Woo, hold on. Variety. Ridge Racer. I look at Gran Turismo. I look at Wipeout. There are some genres that you could say, well, what had better RPGs, Nintendo 64 or PlayStation? Clearly, Nintendo 64 had better RPGs. You know what I mean? Like, Nintendo 64 just blows PlayStation 1 out of the water with RPGs. I mean, you got Quest 64, you got Super Paper Mario, or sorry, it's just Paper Mario. You got Ogre Battle 64. You got Shadowgate 64. I mean, RPG wise, Nintendo 64. I'm just kidding. PlayStation, that was the RPG system. You know, you got Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. You know, you got Xenosaga and Xenogears and Final Fantasy Tactics and Suikoden. Like, okay, I'm just kidding. But racing games, I'm going to give that to Nintendo 64. Since Samus is a bounty hunter, she can work with Captain Falcon and maybe they can get married. You know? I don't know. But I wouldn't mind seeing Samus Aran in Captain Falcon's universe. I can't wait for Subnautica 2. I have been waiting for it for so long. Awesome the Polytoad Dojo. May the 4th be with you all. May the 4th be with you, Hmon661. Hmon661 says, Maul Shadow Lord is so good. Awesome to hear. Yeah, the Polytoad Dojo was raving about it, which is really cool to hear. I'm glad you like it too. Jeez Louise, there's a lot of comments. I am behind. But that's what happens when we have 41 people watching now. Thank you, everybody, for being here this morning or this afternoon. If you're new here and you're wondering what's some of this stuff on the side, I don't talk about this all the time, but whenever there's possibly new people in the house, I gotta let you know. We have some goals on the stream. Whenever we hit these goals, fun things happen. Like we give out eShop gift cards. We do fun community voted for videos. And just have a cool community. Regardless of whether the goals happen or not, we have a good PGN Live. But sometimes we have an even better PGN Live when, goals get hit. Okay. XG Boss. GTA, but F-Zero sounds kind of amazing. Kind of like Cyberpunk 2077. That's sort of the vibe that I'm going for. XG Boss. Yeah. No, you got it right. Picture that aesthetic. Picture that world with some non-humanoid characters walking around, different missions to collect, different bad guys to beat up, people to save. Hopping in your ship, Blue Falcon, upgrading it along the way, and then entering races and going to different planets or different zones within the planet for different ambiance. Like, then you have your own racing game on the side. It'd be dope. It'd be so good. Mary KPK 529. Hello, everyone. Love Star Wars. Right on. Very good to hear. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is so good. I also can't wait for the new Lego Batman. That's right, the Polytoad Dojo. XG Boss, hope you're doing all right on Star Wars Day. Thank you, and I hope you're doing all right too. The Yankees already had their Star Wars Day celebration. They gave away Max Fried bobbleheads. That's cool. Cruisin' USA, yeah, Corey Boehm. When I was thinking of my racing list, Cruisin' USA, another good one. Boo Mini, you're going back into that Metroid Prime thought. It's a different way to play, but you could play in third person mode in the Morph Ball more often than not, more often than most people would, just to get out of like first personness, right? Or take breaks or take a little bit longer to play. The game is very smooth, first of all, fortunately. So it's not too jarring. It's also not super fast paced because it's an adventure game more than it is a shooter. So some of these things might help, right? It's a fantastic game. But I guess if your hang up is you get dizzy from first person perspective titles, I could understand why you might pass on it. Speaking of racing games, I am so hyped for Star Wars Galactic Racer this year. Absolutely. Same. Not gonna lie, I think Star Fox leaks were fake to catch the leaker. You know, XG Boss, that really could be the case. All of this talk, all of this, well, doesn't it make sense to capitalize on Fox in the movie? But Fox is in the movie. How good would it be to have a new Star Fox game? June is the 29th anniversary of Star Fox 64. Wouldn't it be cool if they did like some 3 decade later nostalgia thing? There's a game in May, there's a game in July, there's June is empty. Like, for all of the, doesn't it make sense? Maybe it just is BS. Maybe it was complete baloney to find out who leaks, where does it travel, to whom does it go, how do we stop them? Could be the case. It's possible. I hope it happens. I'm still waiting for the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remasters. Yeah. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, more time has gone from the Wii U versions to now than from the original, GameCube Wii versions to the Wii U ports. That, like, if they come out now, more has to be done, Otherwise, the impact won't be as great. So I think Twilight Princess, the next time we see it, I don't think it's going to be that Wii U build. I think that might be the foundation, but they spruce it up. Kind of the same with the Wind Waker. Gotta go eat, but I will be listening in the car. Right on the Polytoad Dojo. I hope you're driving safe out there, and thank you for being in here. Is Metroid considered mature or not? It's a mature franchise. Technically, the games might be rated T for teen, but if you had to go between mature and for kids, I think Metroid classifies as mature, It's not like funny or silly. Then again, you can have funny and silly for adults, right? It's just oftentimes funny and silly gets associated with kids. Family Guy, Jackass, South Park, they're funny and silly. They're not for kids. So just because something is humorous doesn't mean it's for kids. But, there's also different kinds of silly, right? More aimed at kids than adults. Yeah, I'd say Metroid is mature. Am I the only one who wants a gritty, mature game from Nintendo? Sure, Fire Emblem and Xenoblade are great, but I also need another one. They're sitting on Eternal Darkness. They have another IP right there in Eternal Darkness. Disaster Day of Crisis, they could do something with that too. and then you'd have Fire Emblem and Xenoblade and Metroid, depending on how you do it, right? Nintexido, I always wanted Samus and her ship as a racer in F-Zero. Sort of like how James McLeod and a modified Arwing are in F-Zero in a few of the games. Yeah, true. And F-Zero Cyberpunk would be cool, yeah. Marky. Sorry, why am I saying Marky? Jeez. Mary, KPK. I think there's a Star Fox game coming. He was just in the movie, so it all makes sense. I've never played a Star Fox game, so I'm interested. Mary, I don't know if you have NSO, but oof, if you do, try Star Fox 64. It does work better with a Nintendo 64 controller than a Pro controller, but you can remap the Pro controller to make it make more sense. Sign me up, Paul. That game sounds amazing. LOL. I hope someone from Nintendo hears this and pitches this idea. Yeah? Thanks. That would be a good one. It doesn't need to be open world. It's becoming overrated. Some concentrated zones is the way. Yeah, definitely. Canary Trap, you think, Pokemon fan? Maybe. That could be it. Max Fried is one of the Yankee pitchers. He was dressed as the Mandalorian, and he had Grogu with him. That's cool. Mary, you're still working your way through Metro Prime 4 Beyond. My first Metroid game. And you'll have to go back. How are you liking it so far? Because I think it's really good. John Doe Juggalo. Hey, Paul. Good afternoon. Hey, John Doe Juggalo. Nate Fake. P2Z. I'm Nate the Fake, and I lied. You're never getting Star Fox. Mwahahaha. Well, welcome, Nate Fake. I think we're eventually going to get a Star Fox. Will we get it this June? I don't know. But will we get a Star Fox game eventually? Yes. Nintendo's not going to never make a new Star Fox game. We'll just see when. I've given up on Wind Waker / Twilight Princess remakes. Twilight Princess is going to end up on NSO eventually. That could end up being the case. I thought Nintendo announced a new Star Fox was coming, not a leaker. No, not officially. Not yet. Boo Mini. I'm really sad to hear what happened. Oh, I don't know. Okay, you're talking amongst each other. Oh no. Tabby, did you lose a pet recently? Oh, I hope that's not the case. But if I'm reading that correctly from Boom Mini, I'm sorry to hear that. Losing a pet is really hard. They really do become, they are your family, you know? They're not your human-born child, but like, you have a good dog or cat or some other kind of pet for a number of years, like, oh no, that connection is super real. So if he did just recently lose a furry pet, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you have good memories of them to stay with you always, you know? Maybe I saw that wrong though, so I'm kind of hoping I saw that wrong. Twilight Princess, but with the Wii U graphics showcase, and I am sold. You know what? We talk about this enough. I don't know if some of you know what we're talking about. Maybe. Probably most do. Would you just take a look at this gorgeous thing right here? It's stunning. It's majestic. It's incredible. I would rather have the next Legend of Zelda game be smaller in scope, not a full open world, and just be cranked to the gills in graphics, fidelity, clarity, texture work, lighting, magic, sword combat, character design, fire and ice effects, animation, facial features. Give me a smaller scale Zelda game. Like, look at God of War, look at God of War Ragnarok. There are games that don't allow you to go everywhere. It's somewhat open, but plenty of linear paths as well, where you can't get past this bush. Kratos, the God of War, can't get past this bush. You can't just jump over it and climb up that tree. No, no, no. The game's built different. The intention isn't open air everywhere concept, break everything, climb everything, glide from everything. No. But it looks really damn good. And they are great games too. They don't just look good, they're fun. Beautiful storytelling, brilliant voice acting, awesome. I played this, by the way, at E3 2011. And this is 2011, dude. This is some old tech. Nintendo, they are so good at their art. They are so good at maximizing their own hardware that this is what they could pull off on Wii U hardware. Imagine what they could do on Nintendo Switch 2. I'll take that for a new Zelda game. I would take that for Ocarina of Time. Even if that only meant Ocarina of Time was 3x the size, I would take that for Twilight Princess Remake. Yeah. Isn't Nate the Hate smart enough not to fall for a canary trap? Not necessarily. I mean, I think he's right. I think it's gonna happen. I think that just plans inside either changed or he wasn't given the most accurate take from whomever shared it, or his own interpretation was slightly off. But it's still possible that, oh no, depending on who was what given to and how was it presented, you could be reporting on something that you think is completely legitimate and it's wrong. If a new Star Fox game was coming this June, it would have been officially announced. And it still could be announced. I know it doesn't seem the most likely for this short of a window, but it's possible. Nintendo has had short windows in the past. True, this would be like practically the shortest window, but doesn't take away the possibility from existing, you know? You do have to get into like likelihood though. The shortest I could think of is Paper Mario the Origami King. 2 months. Not counting Metroid Prime Remastered, which was Shadow Drop / 2 weeks for physical. And not quite counting Mario Kart World, which, if you count its April reveal, you're looking at 2 months. But if you count its first January presence in some capacity, and then you look at 5, you know. When I seen him in the movie, I knew they was making a Star Fox game. Could be. Roger Enyard is here. Hello, people of the interwide web. Hope you are all having a great Monday. Welcome, Roger. How are you doing? Good seeing you this past weekend with some Star Fox action. And Ash with some Splatoon 3 action. How are you doing today, Roger? Maybe they pushed the date back and it's coming this holiday season. You never know. There are fur babies. Yeah, Joycey, it's true. Let's see. How did the poll end, by the way? Have you seen the Star Wars movies? 56% of you have seen all of them. 21% have seen most, or I guess some as a possibility in there. So that's a good 77% of the community has seen them. No, and I have no interest is 12. All right. No, and have no interest. Something about it just, no, not for you. And then no, but I tried, 11%. I guess that's the, like my friend said, dude, you gotta watch it. And I sat there watching it. I'm like, nah, it's not for me. Okay. Yeah, hey, teach their own. Are we going to watch it? Happy Squeal? Yeah. Okay, regarding, see, I'm a little behind on the chat still. For Zelda, it was good. Our oldest boy we had to say goodbye to. 14 years, he watched over and loved us. Actually, 8 for my daughter and self. But husband had him since he was 6 weeks. Oh, that's a little puppy at that point. Oh, so I'm sorry that you lost your doggo, Tabby. Yeah. 14 years, it's a good age. That doesn't make it any easier, though. XG Boss, now that is Star Art. The Zelda one? Inject it into my brain. I want it. It looks so masterful. You could see why these games, like with that level of depth, take a long time to develop. It takes more time to draw like this. Every single stitch in a ladder. Every piece of curvature in a column. Every detail in a clothing. Every distinction between a line of marble and glass and a reflection. It's a lot. Then drawing this, and moving on. This, moving on. However, there also takes a lot of time in creating a world that can be fully navigatable, a world with full destructibility, a world with a sophisticated engine that makes things feel tangible, interactable, real physics involved than just empty collisions. So you can see the priority in how a developer might spend a lot of years doing this or a lot of years to do this. Different types of brain power, finances, time, energy, skill. Why did that Zelda game never release? So it was a tech demo of what was possible on Wii U. And what ended up coming out was Breath of the Wild. Hype, let's go! That's right. Nintendo, please give me that. And my money is yours. Yeah. When do we think the next Zelda game releases? If we get an Ocarina of Time remake, I think we get it this fall. Because I want to believe. But I think a new. So here's the thing: if Ocarina of Time comes out this fall, I think that carries us over 3 years or so until a new 3D Zelda. So maybe 2029, 2028 possibly for a new 3D Zelda. Since Breath of the Wild came out mid 2023 and we learned that it was essentially done for a year, but it was being refined for a year, that tells me I think the next main Zelda game started development probably March of 2022 by a good portion of the team. And some of the team stayed behind to really refine Tears of the Kingdom. So I think it's not unimaginable to say 6.5 years from like March 2022 to November 2028, Nintendo can't have busted out a new Zelda. So that's kind of my guess, is going to be a new entry November of 28. Unless if we have, but I guess that would also count as a port or remake or remaster if we get something like Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link 2D remake by Way Forward, you know? Or The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past remake by Square Enix, and it's done in an HD 2D style but cranked up to the next level of what that would be, you know? Co-developed by Nintendo or something like that. Or brand new 2D top-down kind of Zelda, or 3D Zelda game but with top-down, right? One of those could come out sooner, possibly. Kratos can't jump, right? You know, come on. He used to be able to. Oh, why didn't they make that Zelda game? I mean, we ended up getting Breath of the Wild. That Zelda demo was 15 years ago, yup. But the next Zelda needs a ground up from Switch 2. Yeah, I'm sure that it will be fully taking advantage of the horsepower of Nintendo Switch 2. Shamrock Steel. Hey, Paul, feels amazing outside today in Florida. Good to hear. You're also stuck in the beginning of Resident Evil 9. I suggest take advantage of YouTube. Use a little bit of a guide to help you out. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, by the way, we just hit 30 likes. Actually, 40 watching, 33 likes. So that's good. Thank y'all. Getting out of the place after Leon saves you. Okay. Early on enough, but you'll find it. Or just use YouTube. Use a little bit of a guide. It's okay. Roger Enyart seems like a very kind person, and then you play Mario Kart World Battle Mode with him, and yeah, LOL, that's funny to hear. That's good. Darth Vader to Luke, I am your father. Boo video, what are you trying to say exactly? That's funny. I love Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but I wouldn't mind playing a new, more traditional Zelda experience, especially since I am a new Nintendo player. That'd be cool. Yeah. First Nintendo console was 3DS, then Nintendo Switch 1. Okay. So there's a lot for you to still enjoy. Yeah. It was a tease, Nintendo or the true edgelords. So for new fans like myself, it makes a lot of sense for Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to release, but hopefully remakes for them will drop before my retirement. Have you tried out the Wind Waker on Nintendo Switch Online? Did you get a special insiders for the new Star Fox game? No, Morgenstern 7. Jimmy Rex Walker is here. Hello, all. Hello, Jimmy Rex Walker. Welcome. What Zelda game do you recommend for a first-time player? I could say The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but depending on how old school of a gamer are you, if you played other games from that era, like 2D titles before it, early 3D titles before it, 3D titles a little bit after it, adjacent to Zelda Ocarina of Time, your brain might appreciate it for what it is and have an easy time playing it here in 2026 on Nintendo Switch Online's N64 app, right? If you are new to gaming or on the younger side, didn't grow up playing those games, it might be tough to see and play and deal with some of the jank and quality of life that you don't have today in that game. And that goes with kind of any old game, right? So if that's the case with you, I gotta say The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So one of those two would be my recommended starting points for a first timer. If you are really open to gaming and have no qualms about how video games are presented, and you don't need it to be 3D and all shiny, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. The first The Legend of Zelda, fine experience. If you need it to be somewhere in between of more modern but not the most modern, the Wind Waker on the NSO GameCube app is there and available and is very nice. Skyward Sword HD, you could see, well, what's the beginning of the story like in all of this? I mean, there's no like wrong place that you could start with this series. Joycey, you think new 3D Zelda 2030? Could be. Yeah, it would be 4 years from now. Richard is Link's Awakening. Edward is Echoes of Wisdom. What do you think Bernard is? Bernard might be Ocarina of Time. I'd love for them to remake Minish Cap in the style they made Link's Awakening remake and Echoes of Wisdom. If they do Minish Cap, I would like it to be a 2D hand-drawn art. Make it look distinct, more like that game than Echoes or Link's Awakening HD. Because I don't want the chibi style to get too played out and people to feel like the visual is too samey, despite the games being, very different. Shamrock Seal, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Figuring it out on your own is always that ultimate moment of satisfaction. But when you spend this much money on a game and your experience is being limited, and if it gets to the point of frustration where you can't get past it, that's your hard-earned value, and you don't want to walk away with too many hours being wrapped around this part that's frustrating to then weigh down the experience, even if you do eventually get it, because time is valuable. Will the satisfaction in figuring it out on your own triumph over, let's say, 8 hours of being stuck in one area that would have otherwise taken 20 minutes? I don't know. To each their own on that one. So I would say, check the nooks and crannies, check out the map, play with the lighting, look around. Heck, adjust the difficulty setting if that helps. Uh, make sure you're playing right with buttons. Go with more defense if you can, and heal yourself up faster. Think a little bit outside the box of what have I not done yet? Moving a cart and getting the thing to make a sound. Master the layout a little bit more of the terrain with, oh, this is the way that this monster travels. This is how I avoid them, etc. You know? But also, don't feel bad about using a little guide. Your money, your time. Either way, it's all good. Johan Nintendo News saying, when is next GameCube NSO game? I'd say by the end of next month. I think since we didn't get a main Nintendo Direct in February or in April, which I thought April's still possible if we don't get one in February, but we did get Partner Showcase, Pokemon Presents, and Indie World presentation, plus the Mario Galaxy movie stuff, and the Treehouse Live. Like, we got plenty of things, the Lego things, everything, But since we didn't get a mainline one, I think we're going to get one in June. And I think Nintendo will celebrate verbally Nintendo Switch 2 being out for a year now. And it will be a celebration of a few things. Maybe some Nintendo Switch 2 icons for NSO members to put up there. Yeah. Perhaps some Mario Kart World free DLC and some paid. And I think something like, here's some more NSO games, right? Like, I think June will be celebrated in some fashion, and my hope is Star Fox. But to answer your question, I think we get a new GameCube game by June 30th. Maybe it's Pokemon Coliseum, maybe it's something else, but by June 30th, I think we get something new for GCN NSO. A Link to the Past, says Joycey. Yeah. If you are not, hey, Charlie Smith 798 with the big dollar holla. Thank you, Charlie, for that generous dollar, bringing us up to 11 for the stream. Charlie. Smith 798 with the dollar dono. Big thank you, Charlie. If you have a color preference, let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna go with this dark blue one that stands out. Oh, Joyce's comment, A Link to the Past. Yeah, if you're a gamer that is from the old school era but just somehow passed up Zelda, but here you were playing Metroid and Final Fantasy, Breath of Fire, Mario, Sonic, Secret of Mana, like whatever. Yeah, A Link to the Past. I think you could appreciate it for what it is. If you're a new school gamer that grew up and like you have no familiarity with that old school stuff, and if you've ever played one and you're like, this is not what? That's sad but true. Some people can watch a black and white movie. It doesn't matter. Some people, if you're too new, too young, too modern of a CGI, boom, 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 everything looks stunning. You go watch old school 1933 King Kong black and white, and you're like, because your brain works differently. I grew up with that. I mean, it was old by the time I was born, by the time I watched it for the first time. You know what I mean? But I grew up with it, so I could still appreciate it for what it was. Some modern people can't, and some modern people can. So it depends on you. But if you don't have that thing holding you back, I would say, yeah, A Link to the Past is a fine way to experience a very good-looking 2D old school sprite based Zelda game that has the proper balance of weapons, items, dungeon navigation, bosses. Yeah. It's a great one. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are amazing. Yeah. Minish Cap, Skyward Sword are underrated. Yeah, Boomini. Both are great. Retro Sultan. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Good to see you, Retro Sultan. Do you think the new Star Fox game will be released in June? Like I was saying earlier, it sure makes a lot of sense, right? But we all have the tendency of believing what kind of helps our own wants, right? If you are someone who's not the biggest Star Fox fan, who is used to a long marketing scheme, who seeks evidence to find that most games have like a 6-month to a 9-month build-up, finds the coincidences in a movie being released and stuff like that, you could probably find enough evidence to say, I think Star Fox, if we get it like in November, and it's coincidental if it comes otherwise, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't release at all this generation or comes in 2027, 2028. That could be how somebody interprets this whole thing. If you're a big Star Fox fan, if you look for evidence of when were there other tight release windows, like Paper Mario Origami King with 2 months, Metroid Prime Remastered with a shadow drop / 2 weeks when it comes to the physical version. The movie is a good time. Probably that Fox inclusion in the movie was pitched, 3 years ago. Or something like that. Maybe this new Star Fox game started up development. Maybe this Miyamoto interview, when he's talking about how it was pitched and this Glenn Powell thing, he's leaving out how coincidental is it that we're also developing a new Star Fox game, or this motivated us to develop a Star Fox game, right? What if that's a missing puzzle? Oh, look at Nate's track record. Oh, look at other people corroborating. June. You could find yourself a way to believe, I think June is going to happen, right? So it's really tough. You could make yourself buy into either narrative. Personally, I think Star Fox is happening this year, and I'm gonna go with this summer. Note that I said summer and not necessarily June. I still think that June could be a thing, but I'm gonna go with summer as a little bit safer of a bet. Okay? Yeah. Good question, though. Charlie Smith tore the next drive-through. Thank you. Yeah. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one was pretty fun. We'll definitely do it again soon, I'm sure. Nintendo Prime is in the house. Welcome, Ninty Prime. We were talking about your video earlier. My bet is if Star Fox is revealed this month, it's next week. This week is still Golden Week. Then the investors report Friday. Yeah? So best bet next week. This assumes timelines haven't shifted crazily. Yeah, that's a good point. And could crazier things have happened? Or have crazier things happened? Yeah, absolutely. Could you be looking at a May 12th reveal for the Star Fox game? And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6-week window from, let's see, what did I say? May 12th? May 12th reveal to a June 25th launch, that's 6 weeks and 2 days. Note, June 25th would be important because it would be having this last game out for 5 days at the end of June, in which Nintendo would want it to come out, something big to come out in the month of June, even if it's late, because it would boost up the fiscal report for that quarter, right? April 1st through June 30th. It would help sell several 100,000 more pieces of software, maybe 1 million, right? But several 100,000 more in 5 days, and boost up Nintendo Switch 2s in anticipation of the game by an extra couple 100K, which may or may not have been sold otherwise, but that would help. So there's still evidence for why June could work and why that 6-week window might work, because we've had short times in the past, like Paper Mario, and there are other games that, had within the 2-month to 4-month range. We'll see. I actually like Skyward Sword more than Twilight Princess. I don't like going from Link to Wolf Link and vice versa. Well, I hope we get Twilight Princess Remake. Yeah. I played Skyward Sword HD only with motion controls on Switch and it was amazing. That's good. Level of immersion was so good, I really enjoyed it. Very good to hear. Gotta start with the drop downs first. Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Between Worlds, Echoes of Wisdom. You prefer those over Oracle Seasons, Oracle Ages, Minish Cap? Yeah. Nate the Hate is here. Nate the Hate, you're here right now? Beetle Libido says, well, if Nate the Hate, if you are here right now, welcome to the stream. Hakudan 2, I just joined. Star Fox reveal before the financials briefing this Friday. We still don't have a Nintendo game in June, and Nintendo hasn't skipped June since before 2015. Nintendo likes the month. You look at their past, and for a good decade, like you said, they've released in June, and former decades, we've had some June titles as well. Heck, Star Fox 64 released June 30th, 1997. You release the Super Mario Galaxy movie on 4K Blu-ray, and every copy of the Super Mario Galaxy movie comes with a little Star Fox Returns voucher for $5 off or $10 off at whatever store you purchased the movie from. What a way to Trojan horse in to the people that want to buy the Super Mario Galaxy movie. A reason to buy Star Fox because they just watched the movie at home. They got this voucher thing, and then they see like, oh, $5-10 off. That's pretty cool. Then they go pick up the game. Or you show off the trailer. Like I said, man, it just makes sense timing wise. You show off the game, you attach the trailer to the end of the post credits in the movie, and you let the hype work well with itself, and yeah, you make some good things happen. Nate said only the marketing plans changed, not the release date, and he said June. So King Jeremiah, hi Paul, hi King Jeremiah, welcome back. Good to see you here. Remember me? Yeah, I remember you. Hope you're doing well. You know, the marketing plans could very well have changed. It's a tight window, but I can't rule it out. I've been a part of the video game industry too long to know not to omit almost anything, you know? Stranger things have happened. SS4 Moogle. Hello, Paul. Have you thought about going through a random drive-through using an Ace Ventura voice? No, I haven't. But why? Thank you very much. I mean, I could work on it. I'd have to work on it. Nate the hate in the house. I didn't even know it. Neither did I, Charlie Smith. Sketches of Harmony is here. Welcome, Sketches. Hey, Paul and chat. I think it'd be cool to have a June 5th direct with a Star Fox Galactic Adventure Switch 2 announcement and a shadow drop of a revamped Star Fox Zero for Switch 1 and Switch 2, complete with VR play. Ah, man, does that sound like a delight, a dream come true. Capitalize on Star Wars Day, Revenge of the 5th. People are all talking Star Wars and then what? Star Fox? Port, new game, etc. Would Nintendo wait after Golden Week, however? Possible. But do they also know that there are plenty of markets out there that don't celebrate Golden Week because it's everything outside of Japan that would eat it up? And then, yeah, Japan on a note would still be glued in and still just bloop, here's a trailer drop. Yeah, so could it come this week? Still could. The weirdest part is how short of a marketing window we have between now and June for a June game. Yeah. Yo, Sketches, what's up? Playing Mario and Rabbids, finally kind of hooked. That's cool. Which Mario and Rabbids, Sketches? Sparks of Hope or oh geez. Why am I drawing a blank on the subtitle now? Kingdom Battle. Yay! Speaking of Kingdom Battle, the King of May is now Joycey J69 Undisputed. Or Queen of May. I don't know. But Joycey, you are the top spot of May. It's gonna be May. With a big $5 super chat, bringing us up to 16 for the stream. We are 1/4 of the way there for an extra expansion pack streak add-on. Thank you, Joycey. Suggested dare. Sing as many TV show themes as possible in half an hour. You know what? We'd have to, like... I'm down for something similar to that. I identify as queen. Okay, so Joycey is the Queen of May right now with the top spot. Thank you, Joycey. One of these days, maybe in May, because this is a good idea. We've done something similar, just, off the top. Have like a YouTube list of tabs of classic, I guess, mostly 80s, right? 80s and 90s. Probably 90s was like the peak, but they got 80s in there. Just a whole bunch of TV series, cartoon shows, and just make a playlist. A playlist, and either play them or play and sing along with. Yeah? But that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Thank you, Joycey. It's a good idea. Back to work. Bye, everyone. Bye, Boo Mini. I know this question isn't Star Wars themed. That's okay. I'm sorry, but has anyone played any of the Paper Mario games? Yeah. Are they good? Are they worth a purchase? I think so. You could start off right off the bat with Paper Mario for Nintendo 64 on Nintendo Switch Online, if you happen to have it. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, that GameCube classic remake for Nintendo Switch, is an excellent way to play it. I think my favorite is Super Paper Mario for Wii. It's less RPG, more 2D platformer, but really fun. Paper Mario Color Splash was fun. Paper Mario The Origami King is really good, but with a gameplay setup roulette wheel of fighting that isn't for everyone, but is still a good, well written game. It's fun and funny and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a good series. Kingdom Battle. Okay. Yeah, the first one. Not normally into tactics focused games, but has a certain sauce I need to warrant analysis, paralysis, engagement. Perfectionism isn't suited to warfare. I hope you have fun with it. Like, it sounds like you're starting off still on the somewhat early-ish side, enjoying it. It's good. AJ Rax is in the house. AJ Rax 0440, welcome. Hi, Paul and everyone. My favorite Star Wars game was on Wii. Loved Force Unleashed. Well, welcome to the chat. We've been talking Star Wars for a while now. One thing we haven't done, though, but it is a good time because you mentioned something, as your favorite Star Wars game happens to be Force Unleashed on Wii. That's one of the games in this.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. But that's okay, because all you need to know is that today in gaming history, May 4th, 2025, Star Wars Grand Collection launched for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 worldwide. And may the 4th be with you.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. Busting out Yoda's voice, you know. That's good stuff. The only Star Wars game I beat was the one for N64. Which one, Vito Libido? There was Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, Rogue Squadron, Episode 1 Racer. Gotta get me one of those lightsabers. Yeah, Charlie Smith lightsabers. Dope. Still one of the coolest things out there, you know? Like any kind of weapon-wise stuff. Star Wars lightsabers, cool. I'm glad you can see a little bit of the green down here in the thumbnail. That's kind of fun. Dang, we went over a lot. Dang, it took so long to catch up to chat. Fully catch up to chat. And as I say that, watch, I'll get an influx of something and be behind again. Phantom Menace PS1 was janky but neat. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I still remember that day, October 30th, 2012, when George Lucas signed Star Wars to Disney, and I can vividly remember the look on his face the literal second after he signed it. You know, if him or his estate kids, etc., wasn't going to do anything with it ever, better be in the hands of someone that will do something with it. If he would eventually do more with it, or his children, or something, but it would take time, I guess it depends on how long, what the vision would entail, to what quality, etc. Like, hard to say, But yeah, that's your baby you're giving up right there. Hey, first of all, we got some small little man back to back in here. First, small little man saying hello there, haven't been here in a while. Then small little man welcoming himself in to the PGN white belt tier. Thank you, small little man. You take us to 17. We are now over a quarter of the way there to the goal. Let me get your name on the board, small little man, because that does count. It absolutely counts. Thank you, small little man, for being here and for signing up with your own PGN white belt badge. And speaking of more PGN white belt badge revealings, Steak 1024 showing off the membership for 8 months badge. Thank you, Steak 1024, for being here for 8 months. Good support today. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Does anyone think Disney kind of squeezes out anything and everything they can out of Star Wars with all the shows, movie series? They definitely have a lot. Some would argue it's too much. So many shows devalues the excitement for a movie. I guess my advice would be don't watch the shows to make the movies more impactful for you again. Or I guess hope, as all we could do is hope that each show is really good in quality, feels almost as good a quality as a movie, or is as good a quality as a film, but just smaller bite size, but that the movies are then taken up to a whole nother level. Like, for instance, the prequel series of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I liked. It was nice seeing Ewan McGregor and his interactions with this world between episode 3 and 4. I dug it. And that doesn't take anything away from my excitement for the eventual Star Wars 10. I thought Mandalorian was a good series, and I'm hoping that the Mandalorian and Grogu film is an excellent movie that just takes Star Wars to a new place that expands beyond how the normal films go, is something that's still impactful in how it's delivered and how it feels. And that it is, of course, more meaningful than just the show. But that eventually 10 can exist on its own and be even more grand. Like, I'm optimistic. But yeah, I can see how sometimes less is more, Gotta see that PGN me. Yeah. I have an official me. I mean, official me. It's the me that I made, but I have a me that looks pretty good. Remember, everyone, Steak 1024 is our friend, not food. Is that a Virtual Boy in the background? That's awesome, Paul. Yeah, thank you. That is the Virtual Boy. That is the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch compatible Virtual Boy. Super cool. Straight up from NSO, from Nintendo. Like, I dig it. Perfect, like, 1-to-1. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ding! Boom! Ball! AJ Rax out of nowhere. Now that's some big help right there because AJ Rax just slightly more than doubled the whole stream, now getting really close to the Nintendo 64 goal and not using up any save file today. We'll see how it goes, but but AJ Rax 0440 with the big 20 gifted memberships, the stream is now at 37. Our total members are now at 440, looking crazy close to 500. Huge, thank you. AJ Rax 0440. My goodness. I am really grateful for that support there. And like I said earlier, strength in numbers. Look at what we've gotten today. Small Little Man, Tabby Cat Games, Charlie Smith 798, The Polytoad Dojo, Joycey J69, and AJ Rax 0440. Across 6 people's generosities. That's how we got here to 37 now. Maybe 64 will be achieved. 27 to go. Maybe not. But regardless, big support. Thank you all for coming out here. We've been streaming for a little over 2 hours. Honestly, it's been a fun discussion. Star Wars kind of monopolized the stream's talk today. But even with that, we still got plenty of Zelda in there. We still got plenty of Star Fox in there. It's been solid. Let me see. Let me read off AJ Rax's generous 20 gifted memberships in 1 second. But let's see what Tsukino Ame had to say right before. Is your birthday 7783? Yes, it is. Also, what color cell phone would you want? Currently I am using a Star Fox one. You see that? See that arrowing formation there? What color is my iPhone right now? It's in the case, so I'm not positive. What color is the iPhone itself? It's been a while since I've looked at it.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
It's black. So, you could, if you want, for authenticity's sake, you could make my if you want, for authenticity's sake, you can make my iPhone or my smartphone, cell phone, in Tamagotchi Life black, as that is my current one. Okay, now AJ Rex 0440 has gifted a membership. Let's see if it lands on anybody who is here right now. LB182, Dustin Townsend, Ulysses Cervantes, Matthew Welliot, Jared Allen, Almas EA Algorithms, Cody WB, PGN News report desk would work well, says Sketches of Harmony. Yeah? Hey Charlie on Sketches says Take 1024. Zombie King 3571. Skriktendo CBH for God 76. Okay, hold on. Let me get to the new batch right after. Just as I was catching up and talking, chat. Jamie Daniel Hernandez Rios, Kay Erison, Super Samus Gaming, Milky Moo UK, Shalil Bafil, Paranormal in the Funhouse, Sonic Gamer 4806, Zamp Croco, Tigeruses. Welcome. I don't know if anybody from there were here. Familiar names, but I don't know if anybody is here with us now. But what a nice move. Thank you once again, AJ. Awesome move. Sketches of Harmony with a nice altering. I like that setup right there. You got some Logan and PGM crossover with Nintendo. That looks good back to back. That black and white followed by kind of the red and light blue dominated photo or tint of brown in there. Looks good. Hey, and CBH is here saying, "What's up? Thanks." That just came from AJ Rack 0440. Pokemon Fan 34? I can see why you asked what's the goal or what's the total at, because yellow is a little bit tough to see there. It's at 37 of 64. You woke the poke. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. Shalil Bafil is here. Welcome. Saying thank you for the gifted membership. Right on. Black cell phone it is. Talk to Paul's me about countdowns and gaming history. That's a good idea about gaming. Koraidon is here saying thank you for the gifted membership. Heck yeah. AJ Rax 0440. Definitely delivered. How am I doing? I'm doing well today. Thank you, Koraidon. How are you? Hope you're having a good time here and in general. Just reminded me of the noir Spider-Man with color and black and white versions. Cage versus real. He just needs to be Batman now. Yeah, I've got to watch the Spider-Man noir. Hey, speaking of... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, first of all, big thank you, AJ. I read a little bit of that for the 8, bringing us up to 45 for the day. With 45 on the board, we are 19 away from our goal. But as for your comment, if you haven't done the pool jump before you end stream, in honor of Yoda, do the pool jump today. Dude, I think so. So, AJ Rack 0440, here I'm wearing my robe too. I should have taken the robe off. I'm just kidding. I don't mind. I said, if you call it out on a stream, you get it in whatever I happen to be on. I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to get this wood. I'm going to take this off. No, that would be kind of lame. That means I got to jump in the pool with the robe on, because that's what I'm wearing. That's got to be what's got to be, you know? Now, I will say, I don't know if you saw the community post, but there's a black belt tier community post for you, AJ Rax. So no, I didn't do the jump, but that's because I asked you in the post, but I guess you didn't see it yet, so I was actually going to mention it today to check it out. But if this is your vote now to do the jump as is, I will do it instead of the Ryu one. But for the Ryu one, I was asking you for the video's sake, how do you want it? To say anything, a particular move as I go in? Do you want it vertical? Do you want it horizontal? Do you want it to be what? You know? Koraidon 785. I'm doing good, and I will see a Savannah Banana game this Friday night. That's cool. You know what? I went to a Savannah Banana game several weeks ago. Is that the Anaheim Pond? Or I don't know what it's called anymore. It used to be the Arrowhead Pond, Anaheim Pond. Now I don't know what Honda Center, I think it was called eventually. Oh, but that's the indoor field. That's the indoor dome. This is an outdoor baseball field. But I went to a Savannah Banana game, and it was a lot of fun. My first time there, really cool game. Speaking of Star Wars, they had a couple of Star Wars bits where at one point they had the Mandalorian walk out with Grogu, which was cool. But they also had another point where everything went dark. They had Darth Vader walking out on the screen behind us, and then down the field, bam, 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 ba-dum, bam, ba-dum. Out came Vader, red lightsaber. And then the batter came up, Blue lightsaber back thing broke. Had to pitch it again. Like, it was pretty dope. It had a couple of stormtroopers. It was fun. You have a great time this Friday, Koridon. That sounds cool. I think you'll have a good time. Pokemon Fan 34, you gotta go. Hope you have a good rest of your day. With lightsaber instead. I mean, how waterproof is battery technology? I don't know. And like that, I'm finally caught up. Whew. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I'm trying something here. Don't know how it's gonna work exactly, but it's worth a shot. Because this is the first. Hmm. Hang on, I'm trying something. I want to see something for the first time. How it works. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. Oh, it didn't work. Darn. I'm trying to do something, but... I'm trying to do something for the first time. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess I can't do it because it's me. Sorry, I'm being so silent. I can't do it because it's me, and I guess I can't do it to myself for whatever reason, but I was trying to see what it would do and how it would work, and if something pops up on stream, is it something visual that's cool or anything? But there's a new, and no one has to do it, but there's a new way to tip on the channel, and that is directly through Streamlabs. And I was trying to do it because I wanted to see what does it look like. Does it give a prompt up on screen or what? Oh, maybe, maybe I could do it this way. I'll be right back to reading chat in just a moment.
No.
I just want to see. Can I do it? Oh. Oh, so it just. Oh, it's not because it's me to me. It's something else that isn't done yet on my end. Oh, good to know. Okay, hold on. Never mind. Never mind. It can't be done yet. I gotta do more. Let's see. Oh, sketches. Hype for Indiana Jones? Yeah. I like Indiana Jones. My wife's an even bigger fan of Indiana Jones, I'd say. And when the game came out, despite liking it, I didn't reactivate my Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, subscription, nor did I buy the game outright. So I never played it. And here I've waited long enough, and now I think is probably a good time. So I might pick it up later this month on Nintendo Switch 2 and enjoy it. Have a lightsaber. Later, guys. See you later, Michael S. Gutmann. What's taking so long, you think, to drop Mario Kart Double Dash for NSO? Mario Kart World had a year to shine. I think that Nintendo wouldn't want to compete with its own sales of people still so high up on Mario Kart World that, yeah, try to use the NSO games as titles that would boost interest in a game, not take away from potential sales. So maybe Mario Kart World or Mario Kart Double Dash is just too early. Possibly. Same reason why no Super Smash Bros. Melee? Paul, we could save Ryu for June, and it could be done on the live stream for the June Direct. Oh, okay. That could be done. Yes, big June Direct. Pre-party in June would be great for a Ryu pool jump. So in June, when Nintendo announces the Direct, and we're streaming like that day or something like that, either make a video like in celebration of tomorrow's Nintendo Direct. Sure you can, or something like that. Either a video or a live or something like that. Okay, or we'll figure it out. Awesome. I'm curious about what the motion controls include. They haven't added all of the games yet. Boom, boom, boom. Mario Kart World needs new stuff. Okay, I am caught up. Good. Hadouken! Alright. Well, you think Street Fighter series is done with? Not sure how Street Fighter 8 would be like. Well, after 6, first of all, they would have to do 7. Okay, yes, you corrected yourself. I mean 7. Oh no, Street Fighter is not going anywhere. Could they take more time? Sure, but further the story. We finally got a story after 3. It took a long time. Street Fighter came out, then Street Fighter 2. 2 lasted quite a while until we got Alpha. Alpha 2 serves as a prequel to 2. In some ways, not quite replaces, but it takes place sort of right after, I guess you could say, Street Fighter. Though canonically, Street Fighter still is its own thing. So you have Street Fighter Alpha, Alpha 2, Alpha 3 going into Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, 2 Turbo, Super 2, Ultra 2. And then you get Street Fighter 3. And then canonically, you got like Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, Third Strike representing the same game. Then 4 came out. But 4, story-wise, so it goes Street Fighter, Alpha Series, 2 Series, 4, 5, 3, 6. So finally now in Street Fighter 6, you have advanced the story forwards after the events of Street Fighter 3. That means there's a lot more that you could do now. It took so long to get here that you still have a relatively young cast of even the older characters, because 4 and 5 didn't make Ryu and Ken older than they were in 3. No, it came out after, but they're younger versions than 6. Younger versions than 3. 6 came out, and finally it moved the story past. So the way I see it, you have Ryu becoming like a true master. You have Mel, Ken's son, perhaps eventually becoming a fighter that enters the Street Fighter tournament. You got a different organization. Maybe it's a good guy organization that says, let's take over the World Warrior tournament and not have it be led by, SIN or Shadow Law or any of these other syndicates. Not be run by this, mad tyrant from Thailand, the Emperor of Muay Thai, Sagat. No, let's have it be our own thing. And maybe it's, put together by Chun-Li and Gale. So like story-wise, you could advance it that way. And maybe Sakura comes back and she has a strong role, a lead character position in the game. So story-wise, I think you could have a lot of organizing of a new generation. I always wanted to paint a picture that ties up some of the loose ends, like, so is Remy Guile's son or not? Did Gale, pre-Julia, have another kid? Not know that he had a kid in Remy, and then he has his own, family here in America, and that's some of the Remy's beef and stuff. I like tie this up. You can still do that kind of stuff in a SF7. Hey, speaking of good things right here happening, I don't know why I say that. And that's just a segue, because I'm talking about good things in Street Fighter And then a good thing happened. So you know what? Yeah, it is a good thing that happened. Because Sketches of Harmony just gave a gifted membership, and it went to Andres Restart. Heck yeah. Big thank you. Sketches of Harmony for the dollar dono, specifically the one PGN gifted membership. I appreciate it. Super awesome of you. That brings us up to 46 for the day. 18 away from another expansion pack being added on. Chillin' Hard 187 is heading out, by the way. See you later. King Jeremiah, everyone's getting a membership except for me. It's random. Yeah. I'm glad that you're here. My coin of small value, but feels good. Heck yeah. You know, little bit goes a long way. I mean, look at how we got to 46 today. It wasn't by one person. It was by 8. And that's cool. Okay. I guess the request must be fulfilled by AJ Rack 0440 and a certain pool jump for me to do in the backyard. Hey, and just like that, woo! Another dollar from Sketches of Harmony. Super cool. Big thank you for the 2 now. Out of nowhere. Surprise after surprise. Let me make some space here. See, I gotta make space because there's so much generosity. It comes in all waves, all sizes and shapes. A little bit goes a long way, especially when there's a lot of little support from a lot of people. That's how empires are built. Thank you, Sketches, for the generous $2 in 2 different gifted memberships, this time going to Lemmy Productions 5. Welcome, Lemmy. Charlie Smith, see you later. I think I said yes. Oh, wait, pool jump. I can't go now. I forgot. Yes. Would you rather live without Mario, but you own all of Star Wars? Hold on. Would you rather live without Mario, but own all of Star Wars, or live without Star Wars, but you own Nintendo? I would rather own Nintendo and live without Star Wars. Yeah, you're giving me Mario versus Star Wars. So to be fair, it's one IP versus a whole IP, but then you're giving me ownership of Nintendo versus Star Wars. Way! Woo! Khalil Bafil with the big 5. Paul Gale is the GOAT. Well, thank you for the kind words. That's super awesome. Very nice of you to say. I just like being in good company, and you know, if I'm given some credit for some of the good that I do, that's good enough. But the GOAT? Oh man. Well, thank you very much. That's a very kind thing to say. I am grateful for it. Thank you for the 5 big ones too. Big 5 gifted, or not gifted members, just big 5 super chat. Thank you so much. Khalil Bafil with the 5. And just like that, dang, we're at 12 away from our streak being extended. That's pretty awesome to see. Maybe it happens, maybe not, but we're moving on up to the east side, Thank you, Chili Feel. What was I saying earlier? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's ownership of Nintendo, but no Star Wars. Yeah, I would make sure. So if I had ownership of Nintendo, something that I would do is I think I did it before. I'd have to do it again, but it was something like this. Something like 32 different guaranteed first party games per generation over an 8-year span. That would be one new entry in a series once every 3 months for 8 years, and you would get a guaranteed 32 new games from Nintendo published per generation. And then throughout it, also like a certain number of ports and or remasters somewhere within the 8 to 16 window. So you'd basically be guaranteed a new Mario, a new Zelda, Xenoblade, Splatoon, Fire Emblem, Star Fox, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Punch-Out, Kid Icarus. The list goes on. 32 brand new ones of all of those. Once per gen. You know every gen going forward, 32. Some would be like guaranteed staples, like every gen you're going to get a new Mario Kart, every gen you're getting a new Smash Brothers. But in order to make sure that all of Nintendo's IPs get it, that could mean that there are some gens that you don't get a new blank of a lesser known one, right? Tough pill to swallow because it means you're going to wait longer, like maybe 9 years, right? But a new rollout of every IP we have, we're going to do 32 8-year cycle and then new system launch. However, you would also have ports, remasters of other games. So maybe if a new IP didn't get made from this game, a significant port or remaster or remake would get made of it and be woven in there. And maybe next generation, that game gets a new entry, and a game that previously had a new entry, now it gets a port or remaster of one of its yesteryear titles, you know? Good question. Man, real quick, let me see. Where are we at? With 23 watching, with over 42 likes, Shalil Bafil, with that generosity, gets us up to 52. King Jeremiah saying, I see no lies being told, my friend. Goats are also goated, Sketches of Harmony. Are you doing a Cinco de Mayo party stream tomorrow? Maybe, Vita Libido. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I will. Joycey, fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Cinco de Mayo be with you. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Welcome, my friend. Big thank you again, Shalil. Big thank you, too, to AJ Rax with the 12. Bringing us up. Mission accomplished. Nintendo 64. It has been done. There will be no use of a save file. No, sir, no, ma'am. No body. Not today. Saving, please. Don't turn off the console. That's right. Save file intact. No going down to 3. No, no, no. Staying at the 4. Let's go. That also means, though, AJ Rax with the 12. Hold on. Oh, wait. Yeah. Boom. I think. Where was I? hold on. I'm lost all of a sudden. I'm lost. Ah, what's that? That's weird. That's right. Boom. Joycey J had that pink. Still has the pink. But had that pink in the big bolded section. But AJ Rax 0440, I think your purple took it. But now we're good. Now we're great. Do we do pool jump now? Do we do pool jump now? Since this is AJ Rax 0440's Black Belt membership request for the month of May, I guess you get to do it. I am the Pink Queen, not to be confused with Nicki Minaj. Still the Pink Queen, Joycey. Still the Pink Queen. Paul, have you done the Moonwalker in gaming history? Not sure when it released. No, I didn't, but I think it was a Q1 game. No, it wasn't. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for Sega Genesis was a North American release of August. I started these gaming history videos August 14th, but didn't do Moonwalker on that particular August 24th. I was going to do this series for a year and then see what's next. Maybe it wouldn't be daily anymore after a year. Maybe it would continue. We'll see. But I have a feeling that I'm not going to be done August 13th. I think I'll continue. But just will it be daily anymore or not? I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was Q1. Oh, maybe that's because there was a European release on January 25th. And Australia, February. Okay, so I guess I was right. But the North American one, that's the one that I'll probably do. I think there's also an MJ game on the Wii. Yes. I watched the new Michael movie. There is going to be a part 2. This is such a good movie. We'll love to play it again. Doubt it's on NSO, but not been on there lately. I think The Weeknd, Chris Brown, Dua Lipa, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter are all better than Michael Jackson. Prove me wrong. Well, I guess there are some ways that you could fact check objective merits and determine who's the best when it comes to, well, who sold the most albums, who made the most songs, who had the most polished skills, etc., right? But then when it comes to, well, who has the best voice, or who was the coolest, more subjective, right? I mean, I think when it comes to who sold the most, who had the biggest concerts, who won the most awards, I think Michael Jackson takes the cake on those three, right? who's the best multi-talent. You got to look a little bit farther than that. I don't know. Michael Jackson, however, just he is absolutely unquestionably one of the best of all time. The mind to make the music, the thought process behind the videos, the ability to dance, the sense of choreography, the singing talent, and the vocal skills. Music videos meets costume wardrobe meets dance choreography meets level of which he donated money to people. I know that's not a part of entertainer singing profession, but as an individual within entertainment, what did you do with that fame? Recognizable name, ability to come up with your own music. The only thing I don't know is, did Michael Jackson ever play an instrument while live on stage? It's the one thing that I can't think of off the top of my head. I could picture him like with a guitar, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. If I'm not seeing him right. Because there's a lot to make you the GOAT. And some of that would be subjective. Some of that would be objective. And if he also played an instrument, I would say that is the last missing piece that I can't think of off the top of my head, that if he also played an instrument, and more importantly, did it live in any of these performances, any of these songs over all these years, I think he wins the overall best. I don't know. Michael Jackson sold more records than anybody. Thriller, purest creative vision and development. Him and Elvis Presley are close. LOL, guys, I'm joking. Michael is bigger than anybody nowadays via celebrities. I just wanted to see my boy Michael being defended. Grown men were fainting at MJ concerts. Today's folks could never. Gosh, what a year! Like, check out like the late 1980s. Pick one of those years of like, I don't know, 87, 88, 89. Just what type of people were we watching? You had Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, and Hulk Hogan off the top. And I'm probably missing somebody else. Like, dude, how could you have not said also blank? But you had such huge worldwide fame from these characters. Princess Diana? But see, not like entertainer. Well, then again, is Mike Tyson an entertainer? Well, he's a boxer, but he's in entertainment. He's on TV. Is Michael Jordan an entertainer? Well, he is, playing basketball, which is a game, and it's a part of television, so therefore it is part of entertainment, right? So, yeah. Hulk Hogan is an entertainer, was an entertainer, pro wrestling, showmanship. Oh, but hold on. If you're talking late 80s, oh, geez, then you also get Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. Oof, dang, yeah, that late 80s, it had some people, man. And remember, Michael Jackson was singing like that since he was a child. Talk about years. There's, I think, 5 decades of him being. I just got goosebumps thinking about that. 5 decades of being number one in the charts, right? MJ couldn't hold a candle to Prince's guitar playing. See, that's one of the things I'm not sure. Did Michael Jackson play an instrument ever live on stage? Like, people will take away what they want. I'll never take away anyone's success. Stuff that I can't do. Taylor Swift. Some people like her, some people don't. I think she's nice. I think she's fine. I think she's good. I think she's great. But she makes her own music, writes it, she sings it, she dances, she does choreography with dancers on stage, and she plays an instrument or two. You could play the instrument, you could sing, you could write the songs, you could navigate how you want things to look, and she does good stuff with her money, to my understanding, charity-wise. And she has a big fandom and recognition and all that, and sells out things. And has been doing this for quite a while, too, since she was young. She was a teenager, if I'm not mistaken, not an adult yet. So, no, that is impressive. No, anytime that you're really good at a lot of things, oh, that's special. Prince is great too. Purple Rain, yes, Joycey Thriller with Vincent Prince makes my blood run cold. I love it. Also love the music videos for Bad and Beat It. I like Lady Gaga. I'm just saying random things now. Lady Gaga's good. He created the music right. The instrument is a technical skill. It's expression that counts. These are my goats. Michael Jordan, or Michael Jackson. I don't know what MJ it is. I think it's Michael Jackson that you're talking about right now. Prince, Elvis, Eminem. Eminem, another one that really up there. Talk about success for years now. The only instrument I can play is shaking beans in a can. The only dance I can do is a cha-cha slide. Rolling Stone left Prince off their top guitarist, and he absolutely cooked them at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Wow. Loki wanted Princess Diana and MJ to run off together and get married. He had a huge crush on her. Oh, I like seeing that old footage of the two of them. Or MJ and Diana Ross, but that's another story. LOL, Ame. I never had the attention to play an instrument, but I'll happily dance for hours. Princess Diana was missed. She was so beautiful, humanitarian, so kind. Yeah. I remember her growing up. Not live on stage. Taylor Swift is cool. His dancing was an instrument. Weird Al also has 5 decades of entertainment, but people see him as less because he makes parodies. Super talented, though. Super talented. Weird Al. Nah. Weird Al's amazing. Charlie. Okay. Since AJ... Okay, the last thing was AJ Rax. I can do it now. Take the camera, rotate it like I did last time for the Master Sword pull jump. Or I could end the stream now, set up my camera, and have it be a better angled pull jump or something like that. Your choice. What would you like? Since this is your black belt request for the month of May. Turn the camera around, keep the live stream going, do it like that, or end the stream, make the video, put it up right after for everybody to see. Or for just you to see. Weird Al is known for the parodies, but also does his own songs and albums. Weird Al makes abstract art of music. His parodies aren't simplistic. Yeah. Go ahead and make it a short. Okay. We'll do it vertical. We'll do it now. Any request on, do you want me to say today's short is brought to you by AJ Rax 0440? That could be done. Do you want me to do Yoda's voice? happy Star Wars Day, everyone, or May the 4th be with you, and jump in. So you could have a little, you could have it be a little bit individualized, you know what I mean? But I'll make it a short. I'll make it for everyone. Lightsaber? I could do, if AJ Rax wants lightsaber, I could do lightsaber. This is part of the black belt tier request. I just would hope that the lightsaber, well, it's kind of bright outside, so you wouldn't necessarily see it. Also, I wouldn't want the electronic component of it to get like fried, but if I probably hold it high enough, I could prevent that. So maybe I could do that. Yes, you could do a Yoda spin jump. Okay, a Yoda spin jump. All right. So, you want me to mention your name or no? Some people are like, I don't want that. But some people are like, hey, yeah, heck yeah, dude. Like, if you got a channel, you know, sponsored by that channel. So I think I'll do May the 4th be with you. And then a Yoda spin jump. Well, okay, I got it. Your choice then, the last thing. Do you want me to say anything in particular at the end? I'm happy to give you a shout out if that's what you would like. And then, no, okay, no on that. All right, then, we're good. Last question, I guess, because I'm thinking kind of the same thing. Steak said it. Joycey J just said it. Can he do that at night so we can see the lightsaber? So that's, again, AJ Rax 0440. I will do a
May the 4th be with you. Let's go!
with a jump in the pool. I guess wearing this still. And then I guess the final question is, you want it nighttime? Okay, I'll do nighttime. Not too pitch black so that you only see it, but enough that you could appreciate the glow and it will look pretty dope. And all right, cool. Well, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be fun. That will be the, heck, technically, so that's the first. So we've already had some community voted for videos, but now we're going to have our first black belt tier designated video. Yeah, we already had our first black belt video, which was Flamin' Master Sword Live pull jump, but, you know, it is a smaller audience that watches that, but that's okay. It's up to you what you want. And this, as a short, probably more of the community will be like, okay, that's pretty fun, you know? So we'll do it. We'll make the short later today. It's going to happen. It's going to be good. And we already have a fun idea for the month of June, where that one, once again, Ryu, Street Fighter, Hadouken, Shoryuken, live or pre-recorded. Maybe fire, maybe also in there. I don't know, fire on my gloves. We'll see. All right. Thank you, everybody. Tabby Cat Games, Small Little Man, Charlie Smith, Sketches of Harmony, Chalil Bafil, The Polytoad Dojo, Joycey J69, and AJ Rax 0440. Thank you for all of the support. Yay, Pokey will get to see the pull jump. True. I'm sure that Pokemon Fan 34 is going to be happy to see that, because she was like, oh man, I'm going to miss it, but true. Thank y'all so much. Really appreciate it. Hold on, wait a minute. Expansion Pack Streak. I didn't add that, didn't I? Oh, snap. We hit the streak today. Oh, yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. Not only did we not have to use a save file, but we added to the streak. We're at 14, and we're already at 2 in the new set. So we are now halfway to a new community video being unlocked. Pretty dope. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. We just hit 3 hours on the stream. It's been a lot of fun. May the 4th be with you. Thank y'all again so much. This has been great.